Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video. This video is going to be about two different companies, Makesy, which used to be known as Wood and Wick Company, and um, Maple Street Candle Company. Okay, so as you all know, I love to use Makesy's products. I like to use their jars. I like to use their waxes. I like to use their fragrances, and I not really am too fond of wooden wicks, but they do have new cotton wicks that I'm testing, and so far I like those too. The reason why I really like their fragrances is most of them tend to be pretty strong, pretty concentrated. There are some of them that I've tried that have not been strong enough for me, but I feel like your odds of getting a fragrance that actually has a strong scent throw is pretty high from Makesy, so that's why I like to use their scents. Now, it could be because a lot of their scents tend to be more on the floral or perfumey side, so they just may be stronger because they have the type of fragrance notes that are the stronger ones. They stick around in the air long enough, okay? I probably will do a video on fragrance notes eventually. So it could be just the type of scents that they are making, but nonetheless, that's a whole nother video. So let me get back to the topic. Now, as I was browsing another candle company's website, Maple Street Candle Company, I noticed that they had scents that were named the exact same names as the scents on Makesy. They don't have every scent that Makesy has, but they have probably at least 10 or more fragrances that Makesy also carries on their website. So I was like, okay, well, they have the same name. Let me look at the fragrance notes. I looked at the fragrance notes. They have the same fragrance notes as well. So then I was like, are these the same exact scents? Because why do they have the same name and the same fragrance notes? Usually you may come across a scent that has the same name from another company, but it's different fragrance notes. So my curiosity got the best of me, and I went ahead and ordered some scents from Maple Street's luxury line, which seems to be the same exact scents from Makesy. So why this is important is because Makesy is a lot more expensive than Maple Street Candle Company. So if you're able to find the same scents for less, why not go for the cheaper scents, right? Well, now my question is, if they are the same scent, why are they cheaper at Maple Street? Do they dilute them? Are they the same scent, but maybe they're not as strong? Or are they the same exact scent, but they just decided to make theirs cheaper? Or is Makesy just overcharging? Like, what's going on? So anyway, what we're going to do now is we are going to smell the fragrances. There are two of them that I've already smelled, and I have made candles, tester candles. So that's going to be the dark rose and labdanum. But first, let's go ahead and smell some of the other ones that I got, and then I'll tell you my thoughts on the dark rose and labdanum. This is probably going to be a two-parter. So first, we have roasted chestnuts and rum, okay? So roasted chestnuts and rum, Maple Street, and Makesy. Now, as you will notice, these are both sample sizes. Makesy's sample size is anywhere from 0.30 ounces to 0.33. Some of theirs say 0.33, some say 0.3. I don't know why there's a difference. And then with Maple Street, you get the typical 1 ounce fragrance size. Now, Makesy's, it's not enough to test a candle unless you're going to test a 4-ounce candle at 8% as far as their fragrance samples. So it is hard to test with their fragrance samples, and their fragrance samples probably can be anywhere from like $2 to $4, I believe, for this small size. And then you get a 1 ounce, which is typical for most companies with Maple Street. So anyway, let's see if there is a difference. Let's smell the Maple Street first. And I'll put the scent notes on the screen for all of these. Okay, so it is a nice, sweet smelling scent. I do feel like there's a tiny bit of a chemical smell in this, just a little bit. But I can smell the chestnut. There is a nutty scent, a sweet scent. So I can smell the rum, the nutty chestnuts, the sweetness. But there is a tiny, tiny bit of chemical. And in order to do this properly, I'm going to go ahead and use some blotter strips. Y'all know I really don't like to do that, but whatever. Let's go ahead and do it. Just to make sure I'm not making this up, okay? Because I feel like in my mind, I already know Makesy scents are more expensive, so in my mind, I'm just going to expect them to be better. So I'm trying to make sure there's no subconscious stuff going on here while I'm doing this. Yeah, I still kind of get the slight chemical smell. I smell a little bit of spice in here. The nuttiness, the sweetness. So, not bad, not bad. It smells the same. It smells like the one from Makesy, but I do feel like there's a tiny little bit of chemical smell in there. Okay, so that's roasted chestnuts and rum from Maple Street. Okay, now from Makesy, which I've already used this one from Makesy, so actually there's a little bit in here. So I can still put it on a blotter strip. There's a little bit. Okay. So they smell the same to me. I do kind of feel like the one from Makesy might be a tad bit more rich, just like a small amount. Basically, what I'm saying is your customers won't really be able to tell the difference based on the out of the bottle smell. Now, I still have to test these in candles to see if the performance levels are different. But I feel like they smell the same. I feel like Makesy's is a tad bit more rich though. Just a little bit. I don't know if it's so much so that you need to be paying so much more for the fragrance, if you get what I'm saying. So I feel like these are pretty similar. Okay, so Makesy. No, this one has more of a chemical smell to it though. Yeah, there's something in here. So I'm wondering if maybe the reason why Maple Street is able to offer it at a cheaper price is maybe they use something to dilute it. So, you know, maybe there's like more of an alcohol smell or a chemical smell to it. But I do feel with roasted chestnuts and rum, there is a slight chemical smell that I get with Maple Streets that I don't get with Makesy, but they still smell the same. So it's like if you took this one and added something to it a little bit. So again, I don't know how they would do in a candle, because the chemical smell might go away in a candle. So anyway, that's roasted chestnuts and rum. So I would say the Makesy smells more rich and it doesn't have a chemical smell. This one has a slight bit of a chemical smell, but it still may be worth a try testing it in a candle to see what the overall finished product would be like. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Next we have saffron and tobacco. So this is the Maple Street saffron and tobacco. It smells really nice. This is a nice upscale woodsy vanilla cashmere saffron, you know, those type of scents. I really do like it. Let's test it on a blotter strip. So I'm glad that I typically will save these little bodies from Makesy bodies. These little bottles from Makesy even after I use them. Um, for the ones that I like and that I want to order a larger size, I will save the sample sizes. So some of these I've used already, but they still have enough for me to test. So glad I did that. Okay, so we have saffron and tobacco. Dang it, I just got this on my foot from Maple Street. It smells just like the Makesy one to me. I don't get this chemical smell with this one that I got with the other one. This is a nice masculine scent, but it also is a feminine. It could be masculine or feminine. It's not perfumey or cologne-y, but it's like in between the two. But that's how saffron is if you've ever smelled saffron. It's like a nice woodsy cashmere vanilla-y type scent. So I really do like this one. I don't get a chemical smell with this one. So if you're able to get a good scent throw from this, I feel like you will have no problem using this in your fragrance line, even if it is a luxury fragrance line, but you're paying less than luxury prices for the oil. Now, saffron and tobacco from Makesy. Yeah, they smell the same to me. There is also a hint of floral in this fragrance as well, but I smell that in both of them. Yeah, I would say these two smell exactly the same, okay? I don't get the chemical smell that I got from the roasted chestnut. So, in my opinion, out of the bottle, saffron and tobacco from Makesy and Maple Street smell the exact same. Okay, so if you are using the scent from Makesy, you may want to try to test the one from Maple Street to see if the hot throw and the cold throw in your candle wax or whatever product you're using it in, you can see if it holds up. But out of the bottle, they smell the same. Okay. Now I did get some other scents that they have, but I don't have the Makesy version, so I'll have to wait to test these. So the Calabrian lemon and lilac leaves. I said that all wrong. Calabrian lemon and lilac leaves. I don't have this one from Makesy, so I'll have to wait. And then Italian lemon and juniper water. I don't have this one either. But Makesy has both of these scents. So I will do another video when I do get these Makesy scents to test them, okay? Last comparison that I have is Dark Rose and Labdanum. This is a very, very popular scent from Makesy. A lot of people really like this. So Dark Rose and Labdanum. This is Maple Street. This is Makesy. Maple Street. Smells really nice, really luxurious, like a really nice rose that's like a perfumey type rose. It smells like a luxurious department store scent. I do detect a slight chemical, that same chemical smell that I smelled with the first scent. I do kind of smell that in this, but this really could be like, you could use this instead of using the one from Makesy and get away with it as long as the scent throw is as good as it is with Makesy. So this smells really, really, really good. Okay, if you never smelled the one from Makesy, you would be like, this is good right here. Okay, so let me see the difference. This is the one from Makesy. Notice the size difference with the samples. Okay, it smells exactly the same, only I will say, just like with the first one, Makesy's is a little bit more rich, okay? Okay, yeah. So there's this tiny, like, I swear it's such a small amount, but it is more rich than the other one. Just because the other one, maybe they possibly dilute it a little bit with some kind of chemical. I don't know if Maple Street does that or if the manufacturer does that. So if they're using the same manufacturer, maybe like the manufacturer has different price levels, and then like the one with the lower price might be slightly diluted, but I really want to emphasize slightly, like you can barely notice the difference. A customer probably would not notice the difference. I notice the difference because I deal with fragrances a lot, and I deal with essential oils a lot also, so I know what the chemicals smell like when you want to dilute them down. um but yeah, so I actually made candles out of the two. So I'm testing 4 ounces of fragrance. So this is the Maple Street and this is the Makesy. So I'm just going to test the cold throw in these, and then I will come back after I've burned these candles to tell you if there's a difference with the hot throw. Okay, so for Maple Street, very nice cold throw. I almost smell something sweet in here now. So I smell the rose, but it smells like maybe some vanilla maybe in here a tad bit. Still has the perfumey smell. This is a very strong cold throw. Okay? Now, Makesy's. I'm not gonna lie, the Makesy's one is a tad bit more rich, just like I was saying in the first part. Also, I accidentally put a little bit too much oil in this one, so I have 0.35 ounces of fragrance oil in this, and I have 0.33 ounces of fragrance oil. So there's 0.02 more ounces more fragrance oil in this one than there is in this one, but this one still smells a little bit more rich. Yeah. But even with that said, a customer would not be able to tell the difference. So it may be worth it to just go ahead and buy the cheaper one. Now, I wonder if everybody goes and starts buying the cheaper ones, are they going to end up raising the price because the demand has gone up? I don't know. Are we going to drive the price up if we all start going to buy the cheaper ones because the supply or the demand has gone up? I don't know. But I am going to go ahead and test the hot throw on these, and I will let you know. This is the Deluxe Satin Soy Wax from Makesy that I use in both of these. So it's the same type of wax. I'm going to test one in my bedroom, one in my son's bedroom. I'm going to test the Makesy one in my bedroom because my bedroom is a little bit bigger. So I'm still giving this one a slight more edge, okay? But they're pretty much the same size rooms. So we're going to see how the hot throw is with these, and I will come back and let you know if it is worth buying the cheaper version or if you should stick with the more expensive version. Have any of you all tried the luxury line from Maple Street? And if you have, how do they compare to the fragrances from Makesy? Go ahead and let us know. If you have tried these, let us know what your results were. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video. Bye! Hey y'all, so it is Sierra back again. So I know I told y'all this was going to be a 2-part video, but it really doesn't have to be. So it's been about an hour since I made the first part of this video. I went ahead and lit both candles. I put one in my room, one in my son's bedroom, and it's been about an hour. I can smell both of the candles already. Y'all know I don't cure my candles, but I did make this one last night, probably around maybe like 11 o'clock or so last night, and it's about 2 o'clock right now the next day. So I guess you can say overnight it cured. But within the first hour, I'm able to smell both of them. So my son is actually in my room right now because he likes being in my room. It is winter break. So I told him, can you smell the candle in my room? And he said yes. So I said, do me a favor, let's go walk to your room. So we went to his room, and I said, do you smell the candle in here? And he said, yeah, it's the exact same scent. He didn't know they were the same candle. So even without knowing they were the same candle, he said it smells the same. They both have pretty much the same scent throw. They're both burning the same. They have the same behavior in the wax. The wick is acting the same. The wax is acting the same. No issues with burning the candle. So at this point, it's safe to say they smell the same. Your customers most likely won't be able to tell the difference. You might not even be able to tell the difference in a finished candle. So we'll never fully know if they are exactly the same or not, because we're not privy to that information. As far as I know, we can't tell who the manufacturer is or if they do anything to the scents after they get them. So I really don't know why there is a difference in the price. Again, I can kind of slightly smell a little bit of a chemical smell with the one from Maple Street when we're talking about the dark rose and labdanum, but not enough of a difference to really make a difference in the finished product. So there you have it. In my opinion, both of these scents are close enough to say they're the same scent, and one is a lot more expensive than the other. So you may or may not want to consider switching from the more expensive one to the less expensive one. And maybe you should just do the test yourself if you're not sure. Because I feel like, just because we know something is more expensive, we know the Makesy one is more expensive, like I was saying, subconsciously I could just be thinking that one smells richer in the bottle, and maybe I'm just making up this chemical scent smell that I'm smelling in the Maple Street. But the most important part is the finished product. Both of them smell the exact same in the finished product. So hopefully that little experiment helped you if you were trying to figure out if you should go with one or the other. If you have any comments or feedback, please feel free to let us know in the comment section. If you have tried any of these scents from both companies, let us know what your thoughts are. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!